Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a give coming right is Breida. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Now Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
The connection here with Nelson Agholor. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Very good return that time. 18 yards, and it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the former Seahawks. These guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
At the 28-yard line. Mahomes pass. Intended for Travis Kelsey. Incomplete. Again on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Finding room to the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 7.
Walker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of... Yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now here's Mahomes, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20. 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 94 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Jackson from the shotgun. catch is made by Marquise Brown. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. It's hard to know who's more dynamic between quarterback Lamar Jackson and that man Hollywood Brown. But they're just going to try to get the ball in Brown's hands early and often like they did there and see what he can produce. So many folks in Baltimore excited about this young pup, and for good reason. The rookie first-rounder out of Oklahoma is explosive. That good for 22 and a first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Throwing on second down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Demarcus Robinson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it's Jackson. Aguilar has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Jackson now, throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
What a set. 5-4. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe it.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That'll be complete to Breida. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him and a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Hitchens picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this is going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
Yeah, big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Squish, double. Kill.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he rifles one incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Off the draw, here's Hill. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Mahomes now to throw, and he slings one that's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground.
Mahomes hit, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
This is Breida on the draw. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Breida, he'll try the right side. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Let's go.
The Chiefs take over first and 10.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Hill. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Jackson on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. from the shotgun. It's a give to McCoy. They find some open. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because it's a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Here we go. 54. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Now it's Breida. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun, being chased out left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Jackson now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, and it's 3rd down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. And Jackson throwing once more. It's caught by Aguilar. And brought down run, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run again with Breida. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back out on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking for Kelce. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run on first down. It's McCoy. McCoy's got the first down and more. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. McCoy. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal? Flushed out, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now after after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will... Go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Watch out for Hill on the return. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you can do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Jackson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Breida. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Hitchens. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he's going to go down again. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll turn and give this to McCoy running right. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a gain of 35.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 14-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Set,
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. 10th carry now for McCoy. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. This is McCoy. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it third and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Here's McCoy. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Escaping the pressure right. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run with Breida. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
One last shot for Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.